Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Greg and I hope you're all safe with your family enjoying the holidays. Okay, so here in the Philippines, we actually experienced an earthquake last Christmas Day. Okay, and that got me thinking, where are our go bags? Okay, so during times of emergencies, that tends to wake us up and think about if we are ready to face a disaster or an emergency situation. Before the lockdowns, almost all school age children are required to have their go bags in school. So they're required to bring essential emergency preparedness items in a backpack and bring them to school because they spend most of the day in school. And some of us who go to the office also are provided by the office with emergency tools and gear in a go bag. However, these days everybody's studying from home or working from home or just generally staying at home most of the time. Now, that would prompt us to think, do we have our go bags ready here at home? For us, we've been ready with go bags for a long time. But generally, these go bags are like these big, bulky backpacks in the corner of our room and nobody touches them. They're dusty. Most of the time, nobody even knows what's in these things, and a lot of family members don't even know how to use half of the stuff in the go bags. So that got us thinking to revamp the whole concept of our emergency preparedness go bags. So aside from our go bags that are sitting at home, we have our individual backpacks that we take on family adventures when maybe we go hiking or camping or the family joins me fishing. So these set of backpacks are separate from the go bags. So we have piles of backpacks sitting at home, and these generally gather dust, and after a while it's all a mess. So this prompted us to revamp our concept of emergency preparedness and what goes on in our go bags and adventure bags, and just streamline everything. Okay, first of all, let's start with the bag. Okay, this is a bag we got from Decathlon. If I'm not mistaken, this is the NH100 series, NH meaning nature hiking. We got this specific model of a backpack because it came in different colors and sizes that would fit different members of our household. Because you have to think that every single member of your household, not just your family, has to have their own go bag. Okay, so if you have a nanny, a family driver, household helpers, each one of them should also get their own go bag. So we go against the concept that the go bag is this one huge backpack that the strongest member of your family is the one tasked to carry, because it won't happen. You won't be able to carry a big backpack for a long distance and also help each other get out of maybe a burning house, a collapsing building, and it would be difficult to move if you're lugging around a huge backpack. So it would be more effective if individuals will have their own go bag. And in some situations you might get separated from the group, so you need your own go bag so you can be self-sufficient and survive on your own or until you are reunited with the group. I think the best way to explain how we merged our family adventure backpacks into our go bags is to just show you what's in our bag right now and how this translates into emergency preparedness, prepping, and how we plan to use this during times of disaster. Okay, let's go. Okay, what we liked also about these backpacks is that they had side pockets for water bottles. It had an access zipper opening at the bottom so you can get to the stuff at the bottom of your backpack without rummaging through what's on top. It had a big zipper opening on top, but what was important to us is that it did not open all the way down. Why is that important? Because some backpacks unzip all the way down to the bottom of the backpack, enabling it to open forward. Okay, that's great when you're packing, but sometimes when you open the backpack and you have lots of stuff in it, the backpack will open and all of your things will fall out. Okay, so having a big zippered opening that doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of your backpack enables stuff to be kept in without things falling off or falling out. Okay, what we liked also about this backpack is there's a zipper on the side that will enable you to access things from the inside without going through the top or the bottom of your backpack. And at the back, it had great padding compared to other options, okay, at this price range. It didn't have the complicated suspension system like in technical climbing backpacks. Okay, it has good padding for shoulder straps. Okay, and it had a removable hip strap, which we already removed. Okay, most of the time those hip belts, okay, actually get in the way of using the backpack, especially for backpacks these small. I understand for larger technical packs, hip belts help to transfer load to your hips and relieve the stress from your shoulders. But for smaller backpacks, especially for backpacks that will also be used by the kids, okay, we opted to have removable hip straps. Okay, so they are really simple. Everybody can figure out how to wear them properly. Okay, nothing is dangling or in the way. We retained the sternum strap, so when you're wearing it, the shoulder straps do not tend to fall off your shoulders. So that's for the backpack. On this side, we keep a 1.2 liter water bottle. For the adults, we'll be carrying an additional Nalgene water bottle on the other side. Okay, this is just the 1 liter 32 ounce Nalgenes. Also tucked on the side of that water bottle pouch, okay, is a metal cup. This is a titanium mug that I carry, and the Nalgene rests or actually nests in that cup. So you have something to drink from. You can heat water in this and make some coffee and have a warm drink. You might think, if there's a disaster, would this be enough water for a single person? Okay, maybe not, but it would be enough to give you a good start, and it will provide you with containers that you can refill. So going to the topic of water, that's why inside the backpack we also carry individually our water filters. This is a Sawyer water filter, and all of the adults and older children would have one of these. Okay, so you can get sketchy water from maybe the faucet or from somewhere, okay, and purify that with the Sawyer. Okay, so let's go to the front of the bag. Okay, this is a thin dry bag, and all of us have this. This is actually our food bag. Okay, food bag. So most of the videos I see on the internet have their food in a Ziploc bag. Okay, Ziploc bags are great, but in times of emergencies, the last thing you would want to do is to open your nice fancy backpack, pull out a Ziploc bag that people will see through it, okay, and can see all the Snickers bars and all the gummy bears and all the snacks and all of the little goodies that you have in your transparent Ziploc bag. Okay, so you don't want that undue attention, so keep your food in a non-see-through food bag. So what do we carry? So we still put them inside Ziploc bags so they don't contaminate the other stuff in the bag, but we put them in non-see-through bags. So these are like instant oats. Okay, we also carry coffee, snacks, things like that, Nutri-Bars for the kids, chocolate bars and candies. Okay, and during family adventures, the food bag, okay, that's where you put all of your snacks, things that you eat while in the car. Okay, but of course, because it's a family adventure, during our family adventures we have a snack bag. Okay, just a big bag wherein we throw in all of our junk food, snacks, and all of the things that the kids would like to enjoy on a trip. But for emergencies, everybody has their basic food bag. What else is in the front panel of the bag? Okay, so most important nowadays is a power bank. Okay? So an important thing to note about these bags is that we're still carrying our personal stuff. Okay, the ladies might be carrying a separate purse. I would be carrying my maybe shoulder bag or a belt bag, wherein we're all carrying our EDC items, our personal stuff like our cell phones, wallets, our small alcohol bottles, our masks, and all of that stuff. Okay, maybe in a future video I can show you what we all carry as our EDC. Okay, but let's reserve that for another video. Okay, so what else is in the front panel? Okay, this is just a soap dish with soap inside. Okay, most people will carry the bar of soap. Okay, but what will you do after you open it and it gets wet? Okay, you use it, it gets wet. Some people just discard the small piece of soap, but it's a waste. So I suggest you carry a soap dish so you can get your used piece of soap, put it back, and carry it in a soap dish that you can put in a plastic bag and doesn't contaminate the rest of your stuff. Okay. I carry, or everybody carries, a whistle connected to a lanyard. Okay, this is just a simple ID lace with a whistle. Okay, so everybody has a whistle. Make sure even the kids have whistles and have them test them out. Okay, not all whistles can be blown by kids. Okay, some whistles are hard to blow. Okay, especially those pro referee style whistles. The younger kids have a hard time blowing into those and making a sound if there's an emergency. And you have to train your kids also that if there's an emergency, if they need help, instead of shouting, they get their whistle and blow for help. Okay, so this particular whistle says SOS on it, and it shows the dots and dashes for calling for help using Morse code. Okay, another very important tip is that use a very ordinary lanyard or ID lace. Why? I do not suggest using your branded ID lace or your company ID lace or school ID lace, because if you're wearing those ID laces, the first thing that people you encounter will do is try to read what's on that ID lace, and you don't want to give any information that you do not have to. Maybe your child is studying in a fancy exclusive school and wearing their ID lace. Okay, you don't want anybody to identify you with the ID lace you're wearing. What else? Wear an ordinary ID lace, a flimsy one, okay, and never wear your whistle at the end of a paracord. Okay, I will repeat that. Don't use your paracord as an ID lace or something that you will tie around your neck. Okay, those paracords, or if you have 550 cord, those are 550-pound test. Okay, your neck will break before that cord will. Okay, so if that gets caught on a branch of a tree, you fall and that gets yanked from your neck, okay, that has a potential of choking you or injuring you. Okay, but these ID laces are actually made and are crimped in the middle. Okay, these are it has a metal crimped part so that when it is pulled, it is designed to actually break apart and not strangle the one wearing it. Okay, so if you're getting any information from this video, okay, that single piece of information, if you get that and not wear a paracord around your neck ever again, that would be, this video would have been worth it. Okay, I see a lot of people wearing paracord around their neck without a breakaway link. Okay, and that is a really dangerous situation waiting to happen. Okay, so that's it for the whistle. Okay, you have to have your flashlight. Okay, this is separate from your EDC flashlight. If you have an EDC flashlight you carry with you all the time, okay, let that be. Okay, but this flashlight lives in our family adventure bag, okay, or go bag, because if you happen to lose your personal bag, your EDC, you will always have a flashlight in your go bag. Okay, you might wake up in the middle of the night, there's an emergency, there's a fire, there's an earthquake, and you just have enough time to grab your go bag. You know that that go bag will have everything in it, including EDC items such as your flashlight. Okay, so what's in this pouch? We have a charger. Okay, I usually carry the dual USB charger so I can charge 2 gadgets at a time. Okay, a short charging cable and a backup phone. Okay, this is just a simple cheap Nokia phone that I have SIM card adapters taped to the back, so I can transfer the SIM card from my smartphone to this thing just in case my smartphone dies and I need to connect it to a working phone. And these phones also have SIM cards in them already with prepaid load. Okay, so these are working phones that I keep inside our go bag. So each go bag will have an extra phone. This doesn't have to be a fancy phone. You can get these really cheap. I think these basic Nokias can go for like 500 pesos each. Okay, there are even some phones that are cheaper than that. Okay, so keep one in every go bag. So that's in this pouch. I have a small okay, so I have a Swiss Army knife in there. So the Swiss Army knife has a has a knife among many other tools that are useful when you're going outdoors, when you're going camping, hiking. Check also if it's even legal to have a Swiss Army knife where you're at, okay? But in most places, these are generally okay. Okay. So that's it for the front panel. So let's go inside the backpack. Alright. So for me, I'll be carrying, this is a small tarp, okay, in orange, okay, because in an emergency situation, you can use an orange tarp for number one, signaling. Okay, you can signal for rescue. You can wrap your tarp around yourself or around your family to keep you warm. Okay, you need to conserve your body warmth or body heat. Okay, so you can wrap your tarp around yourselves, okay, and cocoon together. Okay, so a tarp is really useful, and you can set this up as an awning, okay, to shield you from the rain or from the sun. Okay, but you have to practice how to set this thing up. Okay, it's gonna be hard if there's a emergency situation and you get a tarp and that's the first time you're gonna see a tarp and you're gonna think, how am I gonna string this up? Okay, so what we do when we go on a family weekend adventure, we practice setting up a tarp, okay, so that when there's an emergency, we know how to set it up. Right. So I also carry some basic work gloves. So we also carry a crank radio. This is a solar powered crank radio that you can also charge via USB, okay, and it can also be used to power your cell phone. Okay, if you crank it, it lights up, okay, telling you that it's charging. Okay, it also has a flashlight. Okay, it's important because you need to get information on what's happening around you. There's a roll of tissue paper in a Ziploc bag. Okay, what we do is just to remove the cardboard tube core, okay, and then pull out the tissue from the center, and the Ziploc bag serves as a dispenser. So next, this is a simple toiletry kit. Everybody has this, even the kids have their own toiletry kits. Your toiletry kit just has to have the basic stuff, okay? Toothbrush, toothpaste, okay? Soap, shampoo, deodorant. Okay, this is our cook set. Okay, this is a little different from what everybody else is carrying because I am carrying a cook set that is good for the entire family. Okay, so we have a large cook set that we use for camping, and it's enough to cook the meals for the entire family. So it comes with a frying pan, okay, and a cooking pot. Okay, inside the pot I have a small camping stove. Okay, small camping stove, titanium sporks, the fuel canister for the stove, some condiments, just a scrubber for the pots and pans. Okay, this is what everybody else will be carrying. Okay, so all the other family adventure backpacks will be carrying this instead of the cook set I just showed you. Okay, so this is what they'll have. Even the kids will have one of these. Okay, so what's in them? Okay, this is just a simple stainless steel, okay, mess kit. Okay, I got this from the Japanese thrift store. This is very, very inexpensive. Okay, this is a thin stainless steel mess kit. Okay, and what do we put inside? There's a spoon, okay, and something packed inside. Okay, so I'll show you what's packed inside. Okay, first one is a lighter, okay, that we wrap in plastic. Okay, this is just a simple Bic lighter. Okay, you have to teach your kids how to handle a lighter. Okay, so it's up to you what age you feel that they are ready to handle lighters or knives, and what age you are comfortable in letting them handle fire. Okay, so that's a big lighter, and inside this Ziploc bag is a portable stove. Okay, this is a portable stove that you open up. This is an S-bit style of stove. You can use this to cook. I'll put this here for a while. Okay, so if they have their mess kits, they can actually, okay, cook in that. They can boil their water to purify it. Okay? You can put sticks or wood inside here to start a fire. Okay? To heat up your cook pot. But in an emergency, it would be difficult to find dry wood or twigs, and you have to prep those, maybe make shavings, use up energy and time to be able to build a fire inside this thing. So we pack a case of hexamine fuel tablets. These are solid fuel. Okay, so these are sealed in plastic. Okay, so these are small cubes that you can take and put them in here. Just easily light those up and create a fire for heating or cooking. But of course, you have to teach every member of your household how these things work. What's also nice about this, if you're already in an evacuation center and they're distributing food, you have always a container where they can put food, and you have something to eat from, cook in, okay, even drink from. I personally carry an extra fuel canister just in case we cook more than what we expected to. I carry a small collapsible bag. This is an absorbent towel. This is important because you can use this to dry yourself after swimming maybe. You can also use this to keep yourself warm. Okay, you can wrap this around your head. Okay, you can use this to cover yourself while you clean your clothes. Okay, so this is really useful. You can use this as a blanket when you're sleeping. So lots of uses for this towel, and it dries really fast as well. Okay, this is a sleeping bag liner. Okay, we got this in orange as well. So all of our family members, all of the members of our household have these. This is just a square piece of nylon, okay, that is zipped on the side. Okay, and you can slip into this, okay, and go to sleep. Okay, why is this important? This is really, really important. Okay, this is in orange. You can use the fabric as a signal to rescuers. You can open up the fabric like the big tarp, okay, and make a shelter, an awning for the sun or the rain. Okay, but being a sleeping bag liner, this is very important. If you are already in a big group of people, if you're in an evacuation center, it is good to be sleeping in a liner. If you don't have a sleeping bag liner, get a rice sack and slip into that. Okay, why? Because most often if you're in an evacuation center, it's gonna be a big open space with a lot of people, everybody just sleeping on the ground. Okay, this will provide you with a sort of a safe space. Okay, it will be enclosed around you. You can put your personal belongings in this sack while you're slipped in it. Okay, if you're using a rice sack, then put all of your personal belongings in that as well. And this is really important if you have female members of your family. Okay, it's good to be sleeping in a sack, because instead of being sprawled on the ground, to provide a little more privacy and protection and safety while that person sleeps. But of course, I suggest if you're in a family together, you take turns sleeping and somebody has to be awake to be at guard to look at your stuff and nobody pilfers your belongings or tries to harm other members of your family while you're sleeping. Let's get into clothes. So I keep clothes in a simple packing cube. Everybody in the family has their own packing cube. Just one, okay? Just one packing cube for all your clothes because it's an outdoor adventure. We don't want separate packing cubes for shirts, pants, underwear, things like that. So what clothes do we bring on our family adventure? And what do we prepare during an emergency? What we have are just a few sets of clothes. What we will be wearing, so if it's a family adventure, we'll already be wearing our outdoor clothes, okay? But what we pack in our bags is one set for swimming, so that will be a rash guard and board shorts, okay, and the swimsuit, okay. So that is important as well during emergencies because your rash guard provides a lot of warmth. Next set of clothes will be for sleeping, okay. We will have a set of sleeping clothes. It would be nice to be sleeping in your pajamas and a nice sleeping shirt, okay. So we carry those. During emergencies, it's also important that you have your sleeping clothes, okay. You might be wet from the rain or wading in the flood, okay, but at night you have to change into dry sleeping clothes, okay. Do not spend the night in your wet clothes, okay, because that causes a lot of problems. The third set of clothes that we have is one set for going home, okay. So if we're on a family adventure, we have fresh clothes on the last day of our trip. That's the set of clothes we use to travel back home, because when we travel back home, we might be stopping over at a restaurant, at the mall, and we want to be wearing fresh clothes, okay. If you are on a multi-day trip, you might be reserving that fresh of clothes for the last day of your trip and just reusing your day clothes for the number of days you're still on the trip, okay. So nobody would mind if you are stinky on a hiking trip anyway, okay. But if you have the chance to clean your clothes, you have the option to do that one. Okay, so that's for clothes. Everybody carries their personal survival kit. Okay, maybe I'll make a video specifically on our personal survival kit. Okay, what's in all of these. But just to say, all the members of our household have their own personal survival kit. Okay? So, if you are to lose all of the contents of your bag itself and you have to get one item, you have to get the personal survival kit, just yank it out of the bag, okay? And we plan that this bag can sustain you, okay, for some time in a survival situation. It's small and compact, okay, and will have all of the items that you need in a survival situation. Okay, this bag has a small zipper pocket, okay, just behind the front panel, okay. This is where we keep our rain gear. I use a a poncho. I like using a poncho because I can wear it while I'm wearing my backpack, and it keeps me dry and my backpack dry as well. Okay, so everybody has their rain gear. The kids have their packable jackets. Okay, so we all keep them on the top part of our backpack for easy access when it rains. Aside from the go bag that we have prepared, we also provide each family member or each member of our household additional items during times of emergency that we keep together with our go bags. Okay, so one of these is a simple skull guard or a hard hat, okay, in orange. So what we want is during times of emergency, we want to be seen. So we got our hard hats in orange, and each member of the family has their own hard hat. Okay, so we usually just strap this on the outside of our go bags at home, but when we go on our family adventures, we just leave the hard hats at home. Now that everything is outside the bag, it's a good exercise to pack them all up and see that everything will actually fit inside your backpack. Let's go. Now that we have our go bag or family adventure backpack all packed up, it would be a nice thing to know how much does this thing really weigh. Okay, so with everything in it, okay, except the water, okay, it's up to you how much water you would want to carry. Okay, let's see how heavy all of this gear is. Okay. 7.91 kilograms without water. So if you add 2 liters of water, okay, that's 2 kilograms outright. So 7.9, let's say 8 kilograms plus 2 liters or 2 kilograms of water. So that's 10 kilograms for this particular go bag. Let's see the weight of the other go bags. Okay. The small kids would be carrying this 10-liter backpack, okay, just containing their clothes, okay, some snacks, and their water bottle, okay. So this is 1.98 kilograms without the water, okay. So something a small child can easily carry. One thing to note is even the small kids have their metal cups because they need a cup, okay, to drink their hot chocolate in the morning. Bigger kids would be carrying this 20-liter backpack, okay. They won't have the large cook sets and just have one of these water bottles, and this would weigh 5.19 kilograms without the water. In an emergency situation, we do not expect the kids or any member of our family to be walking for long distances carrying heavy gear. Our goal is to be able to remove ourselves from the place of danger, okay? And in an emergency, we want to be able to grab something, okay, that we can use to help sustain us, okay, in a time of emergency. So please, if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button or hit the like button if you like this video. Please share it, and I welcome any suggestions or comments. If you have any other ideas or you think that this is completely wrong or I should have done something differently, let's start a discussion so we can all learn from each other. Okay? So stand by. I'll be making another video on what's inside our personal survival kit, and stick around for that. So until next time, see you around. Thanks.